Hello and welcome to the Tea. Today I am going to be speaking to you on the sovereignty of God, YahWeh. Now, in the Old Testament, the prophet Isaiah, he gave a message from the Lord for that particular season. But the reason why I'm going to share this passage because it speaks to the volumes of who the Lord is. And I really want to convey this message that although this was written a long time ago, some of this is still relevant to where we are now. And it just seems that people don't get it yet. God is so sovereign in his grace and mercy, still long suffering to give everybody an opportunity to line up, to acknowledge him, to see that he really is the Lord Most High, the only one that should be worshiped, only one that should be glorified. Now, chapter 46 is where I'm coming from. And again, I want to remind you this is not relevant for the whole chapter, but I'm going to read the whole chapter before the parts that are relevant so it makes sense instead of me just pulling out a certain part and then explaining where I'm going with that. I want you to know what he said at that time because it's still critical information. So he's talking to um, the children of Israel. Now he's referencing Babylon's false gods. So he says, Baal and Nebo, the gods of Babylon, bow as they are lowered to the ground. They are being hauled away on ox carts. The poor beasts stagger under the weight. Both the idols and their owners are bowed down. The gods cannot protect the people, and the people cannot protect the gods. They go off into captivity together. Listen to me, descendants of Jacob, all who remain in Israel. I have cared for you since you were born. Yes, I carried you before you were born. I will be your God throughout your lifetime until your hair is white with age. I made you, and I will care for you. I will carry you along and save you. To whom will you compare me? Who is my equal? Some people pour out their silver and gold and hire a craftsman to make a god from it. Then they bow down and worship it. They carry it around on their shoulders. And when they set down, and when they set it down, it stays there. It can't move. It can't even move. And when someone prays to it, there is no answer. It can't rescue anyone from trouble. Do not forget this. Keep it in mind. Remember this, you guilty ones. Remember the things I have done in the past. For I am alone. For I alone am God. I am God, and there is none like me. Only I can tell you the future before it even happens. Everything I plan will come to pass. For I do whatever I wish. I will call a swift bird of prey from the east, a leader from a distant land to come and do my bidding. I have said what I would do, and I will do it. Listen to me, you stubborn people who are so far from doing right. For I am ready to set things right. Not in the distant future, but right now. I am ready to save Jerusalem and show my glory to Israel. Ponder on that. How can that passage impact your life in its current state? What do you see that's going on in the world right now that makes this scripture so relevant? Think about it. How many substitutes do you see in this world in place of YahWeh? Sounds like he was making it very clear back then. He is the only one that's sovereign. Those gods that are made by the hands of men are idols that could not save them. And they could not save those idols. from generation after generation after generation, since that time, it is apparent there has not been much of a change when it comes to idol worship. And in addition, God still speaks in his sovereignty. We see him in everyday life. We are so blessed with the evidence of who he is, but yet he is overlooked. The simple things that are before us is overlooked, that it is YahWeh's doing. I hear too many people giving credit to the universe, which is the creation of YahWeh, the creator. And that is such a disrespect to him. But yet, he is still sovereign, even though he's not acknowledged on a grand scale. He still speaks. He even gives grace to those who speak against him. He gives mercy to those who don't acknowledge him. He loves everyone and has given breath to those who refuse to accept him. That's sovereignty. He has the power and authority to shut everything down in an instant. He made himself very clear in his statement when he pretty much said he can do what he wants. He is God. He said he has said what he would do, and he would do it. He said he can do whatever he wish in verse 10. He said only he can tell you the future before it happens, before it even happens. So, who do you want to be your God? Yes, there are a lot of options out here. But don't you want a God who can tell you everything in advance, set things in place for you, help you get your life in order? He is the only one. And think about it. YahWeh created all the gods that have been made into gods, meaning he is the God of all. He is like, he's the Lord of Lords, okay? And King of Kings. And although he did not create the gods that man have made idols of, that man created idols to become a god to them, but he still is God over all, and there is none greater than him. So the word tells us how people will love the creation more than the creator, and this is an example right here. When people begin to make idols to worship, they are loving the creation more than the creator without clearly understanding the creation itself cannot be God. Regardless, it is nothing of itself. No matter how much power and authority you give an idol of itself is nothing. But the God who created everything is the one to be worshipped. I hope these words have found you well. And until the next time you sit with me, stay focused. Enjoy your tea.